How are you, basketball hoops? Today we're diving into 4 NBA preseason games tipping off on October 15, 2025, breaking down each matchup with full game side and total picks. That means 8 total predictions for you to get ahead before tip-off. The preseason is where teams test rotations, rest key players, and reveal which squads are already in sync and which are still searching for rhythm. By the end of this breakdown, you'll have everything you need to approach these matchups with confidence. Let's jump right in. The night opens with the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis comes into this game short-handed and searching for stability. Their rotation has been stretched thin, with Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. both listed as game-time decisions. Brandon Clark remains out, and Vince Williams Jr.'s availability is uncertain. That combination has left Memphis with limited rim protection, inconsistent rebounding, and uneven execution under their new up-tempo system. Without their core anchors, the frontcourt has struggled to control second-chance points, and their defense has looked shaky in rotations. Charlotte, on the other hand, has started to find its flow under new leadership. LaMelo Ball has led the offense with control and creativity, supported by Colin Sexton and Spencer Dinwiddie, who've given the Hornets a steady rhythm. Even with Josh Green and Grant Williams sidelined, their ball movement and spacing have stayed crisp. The market opened at nearly even, but the healthier and more cohesive Hornets hold the edge. The pick here is Charlotte to win and cover the spread. Both teams have shown they can play with pace. Memphis wants to run early in the clock, while Charlotte pushes transition behind its guards. Neither team has been defending the rim at a high level, and their recent preseason scores have climbed into the 230s and beyond. With defensive absences and fast pace on both sides, this one projects to fly over the total. Next up, it's Boston versus Toronto, a matchup between two teams in different stages of preseason readiness. Boston has leaned heavily on its backcourt with Jason Tatum sidelined. The trio of Derek White, Jaylen Brown, and Anfernee Simons has handled much of the scoring and creation, while Peyton Pritchard continues to anchor the second unit with steady ball movement and shooting. Their home performances have been smoother, especially with cleaner offensive execution at TD Garden. Toronto, meanwhile, is battling injuries and lineup uncertainty. Multiple players remain game-time decisions, forcing the Raptors to shuffle their rotations and weakening their interior defense. When short-handed, Toronto has struggled in transition and failed to close out shooters consistently. Oddsmakers opened the line close, but Boston's structure and rhythm give them the upper hand at home. The Celtics to cover the spread as favorites is the logical pick. As for the total, both teams have been playing faster than expected. Boston's guard-heavy approach pushes tempo and creates early looks, while Toronto's defense has been vulnerable when rotating or missing key pieces. Their recent preseason totals have landed in the mid-220s and above, reflecting a trend toward open play. Expect both sides to lean on speed and shooting, making the over the right call for this matchup. The third game features the Sacramento Kings facing the Los Angeles Clippers. Sacramento's injury report paints a tough picture. Keegan Murray remains out after thumb surgery, while DeMar DeRozan and Malik Monk are both day-to-day. That leaves most of the offensive load on Domantas Sabonis and Zach LaVine. Without their usual wing depth and secondary creators, the Kings' spacing tightens, and opponents have been able to collapse inside. The Clippers come in with better health and a deeper bench. Bradley Beal and Bogdan Bogdanovic are also listed as day-to-day, but the rest of their rotation is active, giving them multiple perimeter threats and steadier control on both ends. Their guards have kept the offense fluid, and their defensive structure has helped them close out games effectively. The small number in favor of the Clippers lines up with the current personnel situation, and with more creators and defensive poise, Los Angeles holds the advantage. The pick: Clippers to win and cover on the road. When it comes to the total, the mid-200s projection feels generous given both teams' situations. Sacramento's lack of wings limits transition scoring and fast break opportunities, while the Clippers' patient half-court offense naturally slows pace. If DeRozan or Monk see limited minutes, Sabonis becomes the primary offensive hub, leading to longer possessions and reduced tempo. Expect a more methodical game that lands under the projected total. Finally, we close the night with the Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas enters this game in rhythm, showing consistent execution and improved balance throughout the preseason. The market has noticed, shifting the line toward the Mavericks after openers favored neither side heavily. Their spacing has created open shots across all positions, and their rotations on defense have been crisp, cutting down second-chance opportunities. The Lakers, on the other hand, are still trying to find stability. Turnovers have plagued them in key stretches, and their shooting has cooled in late-game moments. The difference between these teams has shown in decision-making. Dallas has closed stronger, finishing games with more control and cleaner possessions. The Mavericks to win and cover as favorites is the pick. As for the total, the high 210s range feels about right. Dallas has been consistent, with recent games finishing at 215 and 236 total points. They play a controlled but efficient pace, while the Lakers tend to match their opponent's tempo. If the game stays close, the final minutes could feature fouls and free throws that bump the score up slightly. Expect an even-flowing offensive game that finishes above the number. That wraps up the full breakdown for October 15, 2025. 4 games, 8 picks, and a full night of NBA preseason action. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more daily predictions, make sure to subscribe, drop a like, and leave a comment below with your thoughts on tonight's matchups. Whether you agree or disagree with the picks, your input keeps the discussion alive, and as always, keep watching Beyond the Box Score for the sharpest analysis and breakdowns in the game.